It's One of Them Podcast! In association with Theresa May's dance teacher. Afternoon, evening, we are here.
Good morning.
What up? What up? What up? What up?
You eat? All is good.
It's been a very stressful week.
Stress.
Too much shit going on with technology.
Yeah.
Can't be arsed.
Luckily, we've got
breast.
back to the quickness of having a laptop which works.
Yeah.
I mean, mine was working, but it
It's-
was just
The old dodgy version
Yeah,
of
man.
Logic.
Yeah.
the old deal.
But we're good now. We're cooking with gas. We're all right. What you all been up to this week? What have you been jamming? What's going on?
Besides work and that, I've been listening to the new Anderson .Paak record, Oxnard. It sounds dope. I feel it more than I do Malibu, just because it's just life. Oh, it's like Malibu was a great record in the fact that it just had the sense of, this is where he's at, like, and this is like the kind of vibe he wants. But now it's the real grittiness of his music now coming through, which was like so dope. And you can hear it. You can hear like Dr. Dre's being on the record, and you can just it's just heavy. It's just beefy. It's that kind of West Coast bump that you need, and it's not a lot of 808s, which in this time in the whole music industry it's pretty weird to not have it.
I'm pretty sure it's all his drumming as well, or samples.
Yeah.
Kill it.
So
And the
dope.
features on it though as well.
Oh,
J.
Kenny,
Cole,
Kung Fu Kenny,
Q-Tip,
Jermaine,
BJ
Cole.
the Chicago Kid.
Breathe and stop for real.
Ridiculous.
Everybody, man, everyone's on it. It's mad. It's a great record.
Fire. So that's been your jam.
Yeah, since Friday, so not that long, but I've been bumping it. Who are you? Oh no. Yeah, man. I got the voices going.
Yeah.
What about you, John?
So I haven't really given that a proper listen yet, to be honest with you. So yeah, I've just been like chilling out, listening to some jazz. Been listening to a bit of I Remember Clifford.
Ooh.
It's a bit of a heavy tune. Kind of sick.
Kind of sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Heavy like a man of mirth, or heavy like
Heavy as in
finding
like.
out your dog's just died.
Well, it's in remembrance of Clifford Brown. So
Oh.
heavy as in my dog's just
Ooh.
died. Yeah, it's a very nice tune though.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
like, completely opposite end of the spectrum. Like,
You saying Clifford just reminds me of Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Yeah.
I love Clifford the Big throwback.
And
shout out
now
to
you've got me
Clifford.
thinking about Bear in the Big Blue House.
welcome. Yo,
It wasn't the intro
Oh,
tune, so
mate.
that was the jam. It was the
hey,
end
this
tune.
was really fun. We hope you liked it too.
Lad, the moon. I was in love with the moon and all of it. Jesus Christ, bring me that energy back.
Oh mate, that was.
And if
dope
they
energy.
even try and do a cartoon remake of that, I'm gonna
mate.
box someone.
Yeah.
that took a very different turn to what I was expecting.
Do you remember Out of the Box, guys? Do you remember Out of the Box?
Out the box now.
Out of the box, out of the box, and then the end song for that was the jam, because the guy was there like just like tapping on his laps, just da, 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 da. So long, farewell to you, my friend.
Yeah,
Oh.
I know. I
Goodbye.
do remember
I
watching
remember
that
that.
actually. Yeah, yeah,
Jam. What a jam! Oh,
Yeah.
what a throwback!
Lovely.
Ooh, Disney Channel. Disney Channel had some dope shows.
Some next, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I've been this week. I've been I still can't get over Jacob Collier's track, to be honest. That I in pieces hardly understand. That's how I feel right now. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, was that a purposeful tag of one of my songs?
Yeah, it was a reference to one of your
Yeah.
songs there. So bit of an in-joke, but yeah, I just can't deal with him.
It's
I don't know
mad.
who he thinks he is or what he's
Yeah.
trying to do to people.
I just love when he goes to that trip hop beat, and he's just got like the organ on it and everything.
Yeah. Oh. the video's out. The video
I
came out the other
still
day.
do not know what to think about it.
It's naughty though.
Think
lad.
of it as 5 ideas
Put into one tune. I know
into one
it's kind of like
album that
I
is
wanna-
7 minutes long.
I want to listen to the yeah. I want to listen to like the whole album. Like
the whole 40
The whole
track
40
album.
track album. They'll
'Cause
probably
I
all be
hope-
7 minutes and all
I hope
have
it's
5
like
ideas on.
more like his like first album.
It's
Fair.
not
It's like-
gonna be
Yeah,
at all.
I know.
If that track is anything to go by,
That's like it's relatively similar, but it's just fucking gone mental a bit.
it has gone west.
Um,
On a more listenable note, I've been listening to JID and J Cole. They got a track out together. It's one of the hardest tunes I've
Yep.
ever actually listened to.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's,
JID is like the next Kendrick Lamar, 100%.
Yep.
Insane. Go and listen to
Flow.
it. It's called
Insane.
Off These. It's naughty.
insane
I've,
flow.
also been listening to Be Cool by Margrove and
Oh yeah, that's
that
a
one.
lovely tune.
it's a
that
really
lad.
it's a really good tune. It's just like a proper chill one.
Yeah.
It's not jazz or nothing. Like it's just
It's like
good one.
just soulful and creamy.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a nice tune.
It's yogurt.
You've been watching
It's
anything on YouTube? Anything fun? Anything West?
I'm literally just waiting for the next season of Vikings to come out.
Oh,
I'm so game.
I need to get on it, lad.
Yeah, same.
I'm so ready. As soon as it comes out, I'm watching it. Like
You won't be able to.
I will.
You'll only be able
I
to
will
watch one
find a
episode because
way.
you won't be here.
Yeah, no, but I'll find a way. I'll go to like a shop which has got internet.
You'd
and
be in
sit there for
Portugal.
an
You'd,
hour.
you'd be in Portugal, break into someone's house.
Yeah, like I need to borrow your internet for like an hour, and I'll be gone.
I've brought cans.
It's like Tesco lager.
And Tesco like it, and they're just speaking in Portuguese, and you're like, "Don't worry,
Don't worry.
I got this."
You can have a can each at the time.
It does like. Have you shown me some clips of Vikings, and it is
Oh.
just disgustingly violent and everything.
It's amazing though.
Mm.
Everyone like always says like for like that type of genre that Game of Thrones is like the one, but that's more of like in the realms of
Mm.
fantasy, but for like the sort of genre of like
Semi-realism.
not semi-realism, it's more like just like people chopping each other.
It's way more violent than Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
Like
100%.
100%. If people thought Game of Thrones was violent, you need to see Vikings. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's very like
It's-
well, it's not even medieval because I'm sure
It's it's well before
pretty
that.
well before that.
The old 700 AD boy.
Yeah.
boys.
The whole Blood Eagle thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
John, tell him what a Blood Eagle is like.
It's grin. It's boss though. Basically, they just open up your back with like a knife or like an axe or something. Then break your ribs with an axe also. Then like fucking like just crack them out like the opposite way you want them to go basically. And then they put like the lungs over your shoulders.
And
And
then
it's
you
meant to
drown
be
in your
like
own
the
blood.
it's meant to be like the folding wings of a eagle.
It's
that's
very
how Blood
metal.
Like-
Yeah, it is. It's
Trying to imagine that to yourselves, like you know when you get like a little kind of like hiccup in your back and it like really hurts. Like-
You are not
Well,
about to relate the two things.
well,
No. But I'm
it's-
saying
it's-
like you like no. Honestly, I'm trying to say like when you get like a little pain in your back and it's like really sharp and you're like that like hurts because it's in somewhere which is not thing. So like think about how painful that would be like compared to that.
Well,
it won't be on the same Richter scale.
this has been
that's what I'm trying to say. Jesus.
it's
Jesus.
a similar thing has been said before because we've had this conversation a fair few times, haven't we?
Talking about the old Blood Eagle.
I believe it was Joel who said a blood eagle is like holding in a massive sneeze,
What?
which is just like
No.
on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Our friend Joe, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's on the opposite side of the spectrum,
yeah,
as in like pain
Not at
threshold.
all.
Like like
yeah.
the Blood Eagle sounds like it's on like if we're thinking of like leagues, like Premier League, top of the Premiership kind of thing, and then
Yeah.
holding in a
World
sneeze
Cup.
is like World Cup,
Well, like
and then a team that's never been in the World Cup.
Sunday League.
Yeah.
The thing is with the blood eagle as well. Apparently, like, because they'd only do it to like the worst of the worst people, like, because they weren't like
Yeah, it wasn't
that
for no
brutal
reason.
to,
It was a punishment.
Yeah. So apparently, if you did not make a sound when it was happening to you, if you didn't scream or anything, then you'd go to Valhalla, and you'd be all sound. But
That's
then
mad.
if you did scream, you fucked, basically.
It's mad. It's like
Um,
it's almost like being burned alive, but it's not being like.
Burned
oh
alive.
yeah. There's
But like like I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
think
yeah.
of like a pain that would be like so like, oh my god, this is actually really painful and I need to kind of let it out.
Because you're still like fully alive.
Yeah.
Unless,
It's like,
unless you
yeah.
like completely black out or have a heart attack from the pain, you're still alive.
Yeah.
The whole
Throughout.
like
the whole thing about Vikings as well. It's like very based on like religion and stuff. Like which one's superior, Christianity or like paganism? Because obviously that was like the major thing. Like, well, they fought
Yeah.
over because it started with like raiding and stuff, and then like it got all personal to the Christians and stuff and whatever. But there's a really funny bit, and I think it's funny anyway. It's probably not. It's like really brutal. There's like for like a punishment to come in. This like this monk comes to like a town in like Norway or Scandinavia somewhere, and as a punishment, they're like, if you have to hold this like red hot iron bar basically, and he's like they do like a little dream sequence where like he holds it and he's like fine because God's protecting him, and then it just cuts and he's got it in his hand and he just drops it straight away and he's like fucking shaking because his hands are all bloody and shit.
Jesus, man.
And I thought it was hilarious.
I s-
Just because like
Right,
like
sure.
like he had like the whole like there's like a whole sequence of like him just like holding this like burning bar and like he's like got a proper serious face on and like the whole sequence is like 2 minutes and then it just cuts back to him just like the fella putting the bar in his hand and he just drops it straight away and starts screaming.
It's
Um,
mad.
it looks sick though, like because you see all this stuff as well in this. You don't.
Oh,
just,
yeah,
You
yeah,
don't
like-
cut away from anything. You
Yeah.
see everything.
The only thing they actually like avoided generally was the this was earlier on was the Blood Eagle, but they've done another Blood Eagle since then.
And they've shown you it all.
They've shown like a bit of it.
Yeah.
It's
But
that interesting though because it's like based off like legends
Mm.
from like Scandinavian
Well,
stuff.
yeah, I think it would be very hard to kind of like make a Blood Eagle
Look any good.
look
Yeah, 'cause,
really
like,
good. Like,
they get on close-ups and stuff of like them cutting up,
yeah,
and like they don't like actually have like a wide screenshot of it, but at the very end, like for the second Blood Eagle, like they hang him up as well.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so because it was, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was like a very important fella they did it to.
Mm.
So like they hung him up to shut like say like don't fuck with us basically because you killed someone important to us, so we're
Mm.
gonna do the same to you, but in a fucked up way.
Yeah,
Jesus,
yeah.
man.
You showed
and
me
they,
that
they
clip,
showed
didn't
you
you?
that.
Yeah.
It was I think I shown you
In
one
the
of them.
forest, like
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
That is heavy, and
Yeah.
you do like see a lot of it, and it's
Yeah.
Mm.
that's West.
It's really good to watch though.
Yeah, I do want to get on that series.
Because story wise as well, it's like it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Because like some of it's like kind of like that, like I was saying before, like some of it's like kind of like dream sequencey stuff,
Mm.
and like shit happens, and you're like, oh wait, that never happened. So it kind of like fucks with you a little bit.
Mm.
Because like there was like a dream sequence where someone like one of the main characters gets shot, and I was fuming, and then it cut to like back, and he was fine, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking kick off here. I was proper fuming. I was proper raging, you know. I was not happy about it because
Yeah.
they proper tricked me. But it's so good to watch anyway.
Because it's like frame for frame. You show me that scene as well. It's almost like identical, and you think it's gonna be like
Yeah,
one
yeah.
way, and then it cuts, and your head's just fried from watching it, and like
Yeah, like especially when you're like invested at
invested
that
in the series. Yeah, yeah,
point.
yeah. Yeah.
I was.
You reminded me though, because about the dream sequence type thing. You still need to watch it. I don't think you've seen it. Valhalla Rising.
Nah, I haven't watched it yet. I still because as you know, I'm a big fan of Amon Amarth, and like a lot of their music is put over that film
Mm.
because it's
'Cause-
pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's a violent movie, but it's sick. It's Mads Mikkelsen, the actor. He was just like one of the most amazing actors.
He played the asthmatic fella in James Bond.
Yes, he did. Yeah. He's been in some other stuff, but I can't remember what.
Yeah.
But it's about like this Norse like warrior. He's Viking warrior. He's like a demigod but he's trapped on Earth and he can't die. He can't get to Valhalla, and he's been captured by all these. They're not the no. It's not the Christians at first. It's someone anyway. Like these people
Just like the
captured him.
natives of.
Yeah, and then they like take him as a slave, and then he like breaks free, and it's this like quest to go and find Valhalla, but he can't talk. He doesn't talk the whole thing. There's no music in the entire movie, but it's like one of the best movies I've ever seen.
It's proper intense, like
It's
because
so
I've
intense.
seen clips of it and stuff.
But that dream
Um,
sequence thing, it's like not like that where it tricks with you, like messes with your brain. You think it's one thing, but like so he only has one eye and he has like these like demigod visions of stuff. So like sometimes like he'll walk into like a massive lake and he'll just be stood there floating in the water, and then he'll have like this vision that there's an arrowhead in the water that he needs to get, but he's not actually seeing it, and he reaches down and it's there, and he has like these mad visions. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, get on that. That's a sick movie.
I remember I wanted to get that when I was like, I think I was 16, and because I was working in a charity shop at the time, and I seen it and it was like £1, and I was like, I so want to watch this, because I was like that was like the start of like Viking. Well, it wasn't the start of Vikings, but it was like around then. Because I watched Vikings when it first came out, and then I got back into it like later on when more seasons came out. But I was like, I probably wanted to get it, but the person who's in charge of me didn't like let me have it because I wasn't 18.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I wouldn't want a 16-year-old person. I wouldn't want anyone under the age of like 20,000 to watch that. It's a grim movie. Really grim.
So who's watching that?
Me. That's who.
Are you over 20,000 years
I
of
may
age?
as well be.
I mean, you look at like,
You just got me thinking though about series as well, like because we talked about it before as well. Pacific.
oh yeah, it's really good.
If you've ever watched Band of Brothers,
Watch Pacific.
yeah.
It's well worth a watch.
If you haven't watched Band of Brothers, go and watch that, and then go and watch Pacific, because
Yeah.
Pacific's about like the Pacific conflict in World War II, but it's in the way like Band of Brothers is. It's like in the they do it in like it's about the story of the soldier, not just in the conflict but also at home.
Yeah,
So it's how he feels in
how he's
battle.
how he's dealt with it and stuff.
Yeah, and how he copes and all this stuff, and it's like it's just such an intense series, like start to finish. Tom Hanks directed it, and
yeah.
who else is in it? But it's just an amazing movie.
Rami.
The fella who's in
He's just he's just in that Bohemian Rhapsody movie that's just come out.
yeah,
And another actor who is in that, I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
plays one of the main characters.
Plays one of the main characters in Bohemian Rhapsody and Pacific again. His name is Peter. No, that's the Joseph Mazzello. Probably
God,
saying
damn
that
name.
wrong, like, but yeah,
Yeah.
he was in Pacific as well. He was one of the main characters in Pacific.
Yeah, sick
Sledge.
series. All the actors as well. There's not a single bad actor in that series. Every
Yeah,
single
like,
person is just insane.
Yeah, they're really good. I feel like Pacific takes on more like main characters, like individual like stories,
And it's
that is-
actually based on like true stories. Like they're all accounts of soldiers that lived through that. So the people that they play are the people who were still alive, or some of them still alive. And
yeah.
at the end, if you watch like the special,
It's the same. It's the same premise as Band of Brothers.
yeah, the same as Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
But if you watch like the what do they call it, like the behind the
Extras.
scenes, like
Behind the
extras
scenes,
and
yeah.
all that, they have the veterans, who, the ones that survive,
Yeah.
who the characters are, and they're watching it and talking about it all. And
It's
your heart
mental,
is
like,
breaking.
yeah,
You're just crying the whole time, like. But yeah, good series.
It's well worth a watch.
Yeah, I've watched it at least 4 times, I think.
Yeah, same.
Got the special edition box case and everything, tin case. Like I've watched that thing.
That's dope.
What about you, CG? You got any big series?
Series wise, well, you know me, I like my anime.
The old anime boy.
I'm the anime boy.
Weeb.
Okay. And so yeah, well, I've got you to start watching One Punch Man.
One Punch.
So yeah, Paddy's on the hype. Like honestly, it's world renowned in the whole kind of weeb community. But like just what it is, it's so comic, it's so fun, and how it's just like almost like a big pun of like how in anime they always do all these really big transformations and like these cool designs, but the main character is just a bald-headed dude in a yellow suit with red gloves and red boots. Like, it's almost like a juxtaposition of who he could have been
Really
as a
generic
design.
face
Yeah,
as well, like no outstanding
yeah.
features
There's
or
nothing,
anything.
nothing outstanding by him, and it's just like it's just class.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
it's a pastiche of like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They completely just flip it on its head.
Yeah.
So funny. The fact that he's only trained for 3 years
it
doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense whatsoever, but that's what the whole like premise is as well. It's just one of those series where like it makes no sense, but it makes complete sense comparing it to everything else, because it's like everyone's got these powers because they've been born in like the right species, or they've gained powers, or they were born in the right family, so they've got a birthright or a will passed down to him. Do you know what I mean? And it's just a guy who's just trained for 3 years.
Just
Yeah,
he's literally
yeah.
not even the suit. He just can
Yeah.
punch really hard.
It's mad.
That's it.
Other series, I would say True Blood. To be fair, I don't really watch a lot of TV, but when I do, it's like old school things like that. So like True Blood was a deep. I think it's like 7 seasons long. Just like a really cool show. It's a bit like Twilight in the sense that it goes over like vampires, werewolves, shapeshifters, and all that kind of fantasy stuff. But I feel like they tell a good narrative as well, because like the main star is a girl who can read minds, but she doesn't know who she is or like why she can read minds. And then like the further on you get into the series, you realize why she can and like what she was born with and everything. And essentially True Blood is this synthetic blood which the government have made for vampires to use instead of actually sucking on human blood. So then now the vampires can be let in society because they don't need to feed on humans anymore. So this is that whole kind of like transition between, oh yeah, if vampires can be included in society or if they need to stay out, and everything that is a weird creature and that is not of just pure human. There's a lot of like religious kind of thoughts underneath it as well, with like satanic rituals and like maenads and like Greek mythology as well, which was really weird. Like I had to like research on who this person was and whatever, but it was like really dope, and it's like really well done, and it's over like a few families in like a small place in like Louisiana.
Yeah, that's why I got proper into like Norse mythology, was because Vikings, because like you had to like learn stuff about it.
You had to learn
You had
it
to, like,
whilst
you had to like dive into like history and stuff.
Makes you more engrossed in the series,
Which is
then
like,
as well. Like,
but like that's the really interesting thing though, because like all the characters in Vikings are based off like North like legends.
Yeah.
Like,
was
Scandinavian
it
legends.
Ragnar or
Yeah, it's Ragnar, and it's like
Ivan the Boneless?
Ivar the Boneless,
yeah.
and like he like took over Britain
Yeah.
like back in the day.
Yeah.
So and that he's just like come into a bit of power recently. So that should
Don't
be
say
interesting.
anything, lad. No spoilers.
Oh yeah, no, I don't even know what's happening. Lad. That was like, like that's the whole like teaser trailer for this.
Don't spoil
this
it for
one.
yourself.
It's like who will reign, and it's all gonna kick off, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I've also been watching Lie to Me. If you've heard of that, it's like Tim Roth one. I think it's Tim Roth. He's the fellow from like all the Quentin Tarantino films, isn't he?
He's in a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it is then.
The English guy that's in all.
Yeah.
it's him.
It's kind of like bullshit, but boss at the same time.
Is it,
like,
is it an old movie or a new movie?
It's not movies.
Oh,
It's
it's a
a
series?
series. Yeah, it's like I think it's like 2013, maybe, I don't know. There's only 3 series, I want to say. I've only watched like 10 episodes, I think. But
Is it
it's
good though?
it's kind of bullshit, but boss at the same time, like, because it's all to do with like reactions like with your face and stuff, and he's meant to like study your face and like your if you like raise your left shoulder or something, it means you're lying like every time. So it's kind of bullshit in that way, but it's kind of like sick.
That's
I'm
mad,
trying to
that.
think of a series that's like comparable to it, but yeah, I know what you mean. It's one of them like bullshit series.
Yeah,
but you still
it's-
watch it all
It,
anyway.
it reminds you of like Law and Order, but more bullshit. Like,
More bullshit.
yeah.
I just going back to the anime thing, because me and you watched this recently. See,
Oh yeah.
I'm actually in love with this series, and I think it's a piece of art actually. So Jaden Smith, Will Smith's son, Jaden Smith, renowned singer, actor, whatever, doing his own thing, and he just somehow got the funding to make an anime through Netflix. And it's not just any old anime. This is the most star-studded anime that I've ever seen with Western actors. It's Jude Law's in it.
Yeah.
Stephen Fry. Steve Buscemi. Richard Ayoade. There's a bunch of famous female actors. Can't remember the names. But yeah, it's just insane. And it like on the surface, it looks like a really shitty anime. A lot of the animation's crap.
Yeah,
Most of the
like,
voice acting's crap. Like, but it just once you
is,
get past
yeah.
the episode 3, it's only 6 episodes. Once you get past episode 3, you're so engrossed in it, and you're like, this is actually comedy gold.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like some of the jokes are just like what,
Yeah.
but
So surreal.
yeah, it's funny and like
Oh, we
There's-
didn't even say what it was. It's Neo Yokio, by
Neo,
the way.
Neo Yokio. It was just like as well because Jaden's voice is so like I don't know. It's one of those voices where like if you heard Jaden Smith, you know that it is Jaden Smith's voice.
Yeah.
So it's him, and it doesn't even sound like he's doing the best voice acting for it. It's just like, oh yeah, it's just his voice.
It's
and
like
just
he's
going
reading through the
yeah.
script in his
Oh,
bed,
yeah.
just like
reading it, and
analysing.
he's not seen it before,
Yeah.
and it's just like going through it, and it's like, oh, this is really weird. But then like when you like see some of these like weird like jokes that they have, it's like, you're playing with like society and that, and
Mm.
yeah, it's pretty witty as well.
A lot
Like,
of double bluffs in a way. It's
Yeah.
like you think it's just going to be this one thing, and it's like, oh, this is actually going to be shit.
yeah,
And then they just flip the whole thing on its head.
yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that series,
Yeah.
Neo Yokio.
On a quick one, have you seen Big Mouth? I feel like you have. It's like the Netflix series.
Yeah, I've seen like 2 episodes of it.
What do you think of it? Like,
It's I don't know, cause I feel like I think it's cool as well with just that there's not a lot of like shows that go on the whole kind of premise of
yeah, like deal with it. Like,
yeah, like adolescence and teenager and puberty
Yeah.
and stuff like that, which is really cool. But I feel like it's just like an adult cartoon again.
it is.
It's
It's
a bit-
essentially.
it's essentially like Family Guy and American Dad again, but like just like another
I think it's completely different than that.
yeah.
I know what you mean. It is
Yeah.
like an adult cartoon to watch completely. I can see like 16-year-olds enjoying it, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
like a 12-year-old would like just like fucking lose the shit.
Yeah,
on it and they'd
yeah,
be like,
yeah, yeah.
What's this?
What the
But I
hell
feel
is
like
it?
a 16-year-old would be like, I've gone through like most of this anyway, probably.
To be
and,
fair,
like, think it's
yeah,
funny.
I feel
Um,
like an older audience, so not 16, but like maybe like 18, 20.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
like
I feel like that era of like that kind of age range would be like really cool for that kind of show because
it
it's-
is completely, because like I've seen it all now, and I think it's hilarious because like obviously they've gone way over the top with it
yeah.
to make it funny, but like you've all like I think everyone's gone through like a similar type of experience. Nothing
Yeah.
like to that level obviously, because that's just madness, but it's just so funny.
I'm
Like-
yet to watch it because our mate Sam Wyke, he told us to get on that.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
the first person that told me about it, and I haven't watched it. Like, but there's some clips that I've seen, and it seemed really funny, and like not even like for like 18-year-olds, whatever. It seemed like it was like for like a much older audience. But there was done like kind of,
I
I want to
thi- I
say
think
kind of in
it's-
like an American Dad way, but not like. But then again, in the same way, like I seen some clips and it was just like watching an episode of Family Guy, and I was like, this is shit.
Yeah.
Like, there was some like a musical scene.
Yeah,
And I was just like, what the.
I
what?
didn't rate that bit. I don't like rate like any musical scenes. They've also got the best theme song ever. It's that Charles Bradley cover of Changes.
Is that the theme song?
Yes.
Oh
And
my
I'm-
god! If you haven't heard that song, go and listen to it.
Listen to the Toronto live edition because
Yeah.
it will make you cry.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
fucking
God.
amazing.
Still.
heartbreaking tune though.
Yeah. However, that's why I was like really sad that like the estate of Charles Bradley let them use it. However, it's a fucking tune.
Yeah.
So like that makes me want to watch the intro every time. Do you know how you can skip the intro? I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
I ain't skipping
Leave
this
it.
intro.
I
I know what you mean. It's like sorry, going back to what I was watching with True Blood. I don't know who the artist is, but like it's like a really good song. They did it for all the seasons. And like the main kind of catchphrase on the end of the chorus was like, "I wanna do bad things with you." It's like an old kind of like country kind of feel. And then like when you're watching it as well, like the actual theme, it's like some like fox like decomposing, and you can see all the maggots like coming out of its eye. It's like
Nice.
really weird kind of like just stuff that you wouldn't see, but it's like really like just brings you in, because then you're in that whole kind of life of like, oh yeah, vampires, blood, gore. It's pretty dope.
You just made me think then as what you're saying about the theme tune. If you've ever watched Sopranos, which is like the OG of the
I
long-standing series,
really need to watch it.
it is.
Never watched
Right,
it.
so this is the thing. I've only watched series 1, series 2, and a bit of series 3 or season whatever. But like, my dad always wanted me to watch it, and he's got like the full box set, like every single thing. But I'm terrible for spoiling stuff myself, so I ended up watching the final scene of Sopranos before I'd watched the series, and it's not really a spoiler because it doesn't make any sense. But the ending to that series, they just sat in a cafe and there's all these different people walking in, who you've seen throughout the series, and like he's had these altercations and whatever, and all this stuff's going on, and he's just there trying to have a meal with his family, and all the family's been through this ruckus throughout the whole series, people getting divorced, blah blah blah, and all this stuff. And then it's in the background, so he puts on the jukebox, he puts on Journey, Don't Stop Believing, and I've always loved that tune, but in the scene, it's one of the best things I've ever seen. So it's all building up, and they're just talking, having conversations, and right as it's about to drop, like the real dinner, and it's all this like intense stuff, fade just cuts to black silence.
Mad.
And you don't see there's all these people coming to the place that could try and potentially kill Tony or not kill him or whatever, and you don't find out, and that was the end of the series. And I was like, I have to watch every single episode.
I hate shit like that. That's why I do not like watching stuff like week by week. It stresses me the fuck out.
But you don't know, it's like
I have to like binge it, otherwise it will annoy the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
However, I can't remember what TV show it was, but like there was a brilliant like one of that where it used to like always cut to black, but you could still hear the audio of shit kicking off. I can't remember what it was called though.
I like that.
It's a fucking amazing
Inventive,
series. It'd be useful to remember what it was called. Like,
Yeah,
but
it'd be cool.
that's gonna annoy me for days.
But I think that's what cliffhangers are there for. So
Oh, yeah,
you can
yeah,
always
completely.
watch
Just
it
so you
over and over
watch it.
again.
But yeah, it stresses me out.
Yeah.
And then I have to rewatch.
See, I
This is why I hate liking stuff, because I'll have to wait for like 15 months to even like go back and like watch all of it.
So it's like you've got to wait until the end of it, like just the finale of the show.
Yeah, otherwise I
before
have to
you
like.
actually watch the show.
Nah, like I will wait, but it like annoys me because then I'll forget what's going on, and then I'll see the massive cliffhanger again, and I'm like, oh sick, I can actually watch it now. And then I'll realise, oh yeah, it doesn't count in another week, and then I'll kick off. Like,
It's not like you to kick off, lad.
not at all. I'm actually, I think I'm coming off quite bad on this podcast. to
I
be
know
fair.
you've been on a
I-
heavy one the
I went
past
on a
couple of
mental
weeks.
one the last 2 weeks, and now I'm
Yeah, it's
going back
mad.
on it. So
Aw.
See, I think
Yeah.
I feel
Go on,
like I
mate.
like cliffhangers that are on the end of a series. You know, them big ones like who the hell is this person? Why have they done this? Why have they got that? I swear that person
Yeah,
had
that's
this.
my main
Yeah,
problem.
but that's like, yo, the next series is gonna go off. So yeah,
That-
I
yeah,
feel like it's just
that's my main problem because I have to wait for months, and I
Oh,
will forget, and then I
nice.
have to rewatch it, and then I'll have to wait another week for the next episode to come out, and I'll fume.
Fair play.
Do you want to take a break, boys?
Yeah, should we take a break and then come
Yeah.
back? We got some more interesting stuff to talk about.
We break.
Bye. Hello, hi.
Good evening.
We just had a nice little wait. Thought we'd share that with you.
Yep. We break.
Um,
Ooh.
I,
Quick
go on.
thing.
break.
Sorry. Quick shout out to everyone subscribing and liking
Yes.
our stuff and
Oh, yeah.
sharing.
Cheers.
We appreciate all of the kind gestures.
Yeah.
positive feedback, loving
yeah, man, it's dope. It's really dope. As you were
Uh,
saying, Pads.
it. Yes, sir. Sorry, I was just checking levels.
Level.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this since a couple of weeks back, and I seen Joe Rogan and Elon Musk talking about this on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, because we're just as clever as them.
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
In some ways,
Equally.
potentially more clever than Joe Rogan. Debatable. Nah, he's a cool guy. So they were talking about AI and robotics and where it's going, and Elon Musk has, you know, this kind of entrepreneur like Tony Stark thing that Elon Musk is nowadays. He's apparently spoke with a lot of people who were, you know, like Boston Dynamics and people like that, whatever, who were, you know, really pushing forward AI in the future, you know, like kind of the progression of the technology. And he's warned him apparently and said like that, you know, you have to stop. Like this is, you have to be careful with what you're doing. It's like a Pandora's box sort of thing. Be careful opening this shit. And the analogy that he uses is, well, he discusses about, you know, back in like the 70s, people were still not wearing seatbelts in America in the cars. It took them 10 years to lobby. They were trying to lobby against it. It took them 10 years to get it through and actually get people wearing seatbelts in their cars. And that took 10 years, right? And Elon Musk says, like, we don't have that long. It's like, it's
Yeah.
already too late. Like, because of how quickly technology is progressing, it's gone. Like, you should have stopped like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It's like,
Yeah.
it's already too late. And that's what I've been thinking about. Is like, where is this gonna go? Are we gonna end up with some like next level Terminator shit where we're all just overrun by robots, or is it? Yeah, it's like some sort of join 'em or be killed sort of situation.
Well, I'll just give it a quick Google because I'm not like I've really been thinking about it much. But apparently one of the fathers of AI is worried about its future. So he wants to stop, like supposedly the AI arms race.
It'll happen. They'll be used as soldiers, like guaranteed.
Oh yeah, like they're already kind of doing it, really, aren't they?
They already have mech
that's-
suits that
that's-
they're putting into,
yeah, I was
put
gonna say
into
that's-
place for.
It's like human controlled like robotics, but like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
different, isn't it?
What I feel like is so weird is it's almost like an inception. It's like the films that were brought out for like the Terminator films and like AI robots coming out and like this whole kind of war going on, and even like something like the Matrix as well. Like it almost seems like it's almost like an inception of what's actually going to happen. Obviously it's a film and it's not going to like turn down or go down in the way that the film's gone, but it's like the future was already set for us, and the fact that we've gone ahead with how history has been or has been like written for us, or what's been gone before, it's like, oh yeah, because this film's out, ooh, why not think about the future of AI, see where it can progress,
Well, it's
and
like
it'll get to a point where Elon Musk and Joe Rogan are speaking about it, and then they're like, "Nah, we should have stopped years ago," and then it'll get to a point of where the AI is to a point of where they can overthrow us.
well, it's like
bring,
AI
iRobot.
like being sentient.
Yeah,
Is that the right word? Yeah.
yeah, sentient. Yeah,
It's like, well, have you seen Ex Machina?
I haven't seen that.
It's about like AI being like sentient, and like the whole premise of the show is to get like this fella has to like do like a true test of it. So is it the Turing test? The Turing test to see if a robot is sentient. I think it's that. It's because it's to do with Alan Turing again, like we talked. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. And like it's a whole all about based around that anyway, and yeah, it's dead interesting.
Words in that.
Yeah, words and that. I'm double checking if it is the Turing test.
It is. Not to sound like a total Daily Mail reader, but it is highly concerning. Like I'm worried because if they have an uprising, number one, I'm being their best friends. First and foremost, we're hanging out all the time. Like whatever, what you want to kill all the people? All right, can I not sound? I'll be on your team. Let's go and do it. I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to be having to fight against robots.
This is the thing with me. Like, if they get to a point of where they become sentient and they become their own kind of race as such, they're essentially still like what do you call it? They're still a product. They've still got to be made in mass production
completely.
to actually. So essentially, all we need are the blueprints of what they are to dismantle them. And who's got that?
Yeah,
the actual
really.
people who make them, because there needs to be a prototype that needs to go sentient, and then to have the knowledge which it will gain to mass produce itself, for it to go like, yeah, okay, this is war against robots.
Well, it's like, and going back to the film part of it, it's like a Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Blade Runner is all about how like humanity's enslaved robots, well, like sentient AI robots to work for them on different planets and stuff. And the Blade Runner is like people who like retire them. I think it's retire them, or I think like Dredd maybe.
Judge
I don't
Dredd.
know. That's a different one, yeah. That's nothing to do with any of that, but yeah, it's retiring, yeah. And that's dead interesting, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's a bit mad, like.
I did like you're saying about yeah, we could stop these things by getting the blueprints, but by then I think they've got to a stage where it's like, yeah, we're just gonna, you want to shut us down? Nah, it's not gonna happen.
And the thing is as well,
They can control
nowadays
anything.
it's all on computers and stuff.
Everything's
so
computer based. Like they say that in the podcast with Joe Rogan's thing as well. It's like, you know, we're all virtually like cybernetic anyway, without us even realizing that we're so connected to technology all the time. All your information's out there online. Everything people want to know about you can find out about you. It's all out there. Like you could 5 minutes, you could find everything out about a person, what school he went to, everything, how old they are, what's their dog's name, anything. And it's like people are already cybernetic because they're holding these devices 24/7. They have all this stuff that, you know, you can Google something that you know you've never been able to do that before until the past few years, or the past
20 years.
20 years,
yeah, past 20 years, and you can just search something in the palm of your hand.
Which
Like,
is
or you want to
fucking
know
mental.
something you've never known before, Google it. It's there. And like, yeah, obviously AIs, like proper robots, will do it instantaneously, but we're like, you know, we're a few minutes off that. Like, it depending on your connectivity to Wi-Fi or 3G,
completely.
like you can find out something.
Because like
pretty
I
much
was
instantaneously.
I was speaking to I think it was it's me granddad about how much, like, because my granddad's 97, so he's getting on a bit, and like the technology change from like when he was like in his 20s to now when I'm in my 20s is fucking crazy.
Unbelievable.
Like, it's mental.
Yeah.
See, I feel like technology has always been there, or like, if you're into all them conspiracy theories and that, like, I feel like we were more advanced earlier than what we actually are now.
Mm.
So like, yeah, AI is at a risk now because now we're speaking about it. It could have been a risk 10 years ago,
Mm.
because it's like they had mobile technology for years.
Mm.
They had touchscreen technology for years. They only put a phone and the touchscreen like together, like what, a few years before the iPhone came out. And it's like these two technologies that have already been here for years, and just like in different kind of devices that have been around.
Mm.
They've always been here, but they've just only synced up to now work together
Mm.
to make it look like, oh my god, this is the new technology, you can use this, and like fingerprint stuff, like all the technology has always been there for people to get information or to have it stored on like a big hard drive somewhere in the world, if it's in the clouds or wherever you want to, wherever it is going to be. It's always been there. And it's like, if we are saying it's too late now, when were the people who were making it said, like, yeah, when were they saying it was it too late? Like,
Well, like, you never know, like, until you've gone, like,
because
past the point of no return, really, do you?
I feel like as well, with us being of mass population, you could say, we don't get everything firsthand. We don't see it,
No,
because then it has to go through the news. It's got to be advertised. It's got to
And
be
then
put
filtered
to us, and
It's
then
got to be
pushed as
watered down.
mass produced, because prototypes are there. Everything's there. We might get a video from like Japan or China, from like some AI technology from over there, to see what's going on over there. But even still, that's like half the story. That's half
completely.
of what's happening. So we could be literally in the wall right now.
Yeah.
Mm.
To throw it back, like, way back when I was talking about Ex Machina, that's what it's called. I was right about the Turing test. It's to test, like, the intelligence of, like, a machine, basically.
Oh, right.
So, like, it's mental, because, like, obviously, we talked about it the other day, like, Alan Turing, like, killed himself in, like, the mid-50s, and he created that in the 50s.
Mm.
That's, like, fucking mad to
Yeah.
think about as well. Especially, like, computers were, like, started getting used properly, like, in the 90s.
Mm.
That's fucking
It's just
mad.
insane. And like you're saying about like combining these different technologies, it's such a choice time, and you know we've always had the potential for this stuff. It's like when you get, you know, like a new console comes out or a new phone comes out, and everyone's like, oh, it's the new shit, it's the new dog's bollocks, whatever. This is the thing. This does, you know, it waters your plants, it feeds your kids, whatever this device does, it does it. And then, but they've already been planning that three devices back.
Yeah.
So you do, the next one that's coming out, that's been planned long ago.
Oh, yeah, we're
This is-
never truly up to date.
No, it's just it's bullshit. Commercialism, like it's just, you know, we have these products already. We know you'll buy it anyway, sort of thing. And you like, and kind of connecting that to the whole development, the AI and the progression of technology. This stuff it's way too late to change any of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to do some real backpedaling to you know make any sort of like big change on this stuff. So that's why I'm like, in my head I'm like, we are gonna be overrun by robots.
Yeah.
It'll be like iRobot. That's
Cybernet.
I'm not too sure about that whole thing, because like yeah, I can't see someone like making like a super strong like AI like robot, like human-esque robot, who's got like the intelligence to, like, punch and shit. Do you know what I mean?
but why wouldn't they? There's
Why would you?
multiple, but because again, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you have this technology. Saying this technology, you know, hypothetically, maybe not hypothetically, this technology's there to build a super soldier without risking actual human lives. right?
Well,
So that's what I'm saying.
I don't think they use AI for that.
But why wouldn't they? I'm saying if the technology's there, why wouldn't they use it?
I don't think they'd risk it because of like
The-
just distinguishing fucking hell, I can't speak. I can't say
distinguishing.
distinguishing the difference between civilian and not.
Well, but
Like,
that's
that's the whole
of
problem.
course,
So
but,
I
but
think
soldiers soldiers have the same problem. There's
yeah, I know completely, but I think they would struggle a lot more than an actual human doing it. Do you know what I mean?
but not if the technology's so progressed to a point where, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this technology.
I feel like we a while off that though.
Potentially not, though. Like, you know, we've in 15,
Yeah,
20
because-
years,
yeah.
we've come from having like dial-up modem
Oh yeah,
to
no,
having
completely.
like 5G phones and all this shit. Like, that isn't. It doesn't take a lot of time
But
for this stuff to come
this,
into
this
effect.
is my argument with. I feel like the technology was already there in like
Some-
beckoning
yeah.
because if you know about Nikola Tesla,
Mm.
I think I've spoken about him on the other.
Yeah, you said you would
Other
tell
week,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
He made the Wardenclyffe, I think it's pronounced Wardenclyffe Tower, and essentially it's a big tower that emits like electricity and connectivity wirelessly, and that was made. When did he die?
Yeah, but obviously
Yeah,
that wasn't like fully developed and like.
it wasn't
No,
fully
but
developed, but it's been.
Yeah, but
there
that's
for
what I'm
ideas have
saying.
always been there.
That's been there for years, but that's what I'm saying. AI has been here for like a few years, but like it's gonna take years for it to actually like work properly. I reckon.
I
Because like
yeah,
it's like you've got to think that how fucking complex it is.
it is. It
Like,
is, but
I-
with the
I-
amount
I
of, with
think
the
I
amount
think
of
we're a
with the
while
amount
off.
of companies that are investing in this, like people like Boston Dynamics, Boston Dynamics have just made a robot dog, right? And this dog can assess a door frame with the door in it, right? And assess the handle, and it looks at it in about 2 seconds. It figures out that that's what it is, and so it uses it as like a clamp for the head. Like
Yeah, I
this
know. And
vice.
then the fella pulls it back,
and
then,
it
like-
opens the door and it does all this stuff itself, and it fights against. So the guy's trying to push it, pull it, and all this stuff, and it's assessing its own weight and its own pressure on its legs, and what direction it has to emit force out to, you know, to counteract this guy messing with him to open the door. And at one point the robot dog thing is holding the door open and forcing the guy away at the same time, and then he pulls him fully back, and the dog resets in about 2 seconds, evaluates the situation, and goes again, and like that. I don't think.
But
it
what
would-
you've got to think of,
I don't
that's
think
just
it would
open
take
the
that
door
long.
though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's-
But,
yeah,
but
just
that-
opening the door.
just opening
And
the
like
door.
that, like yeah, exactly. That's what you're gonna think. That's fucking. That's took them years to do. So how are you expecting that just around the corner is them distinguishing like
because the rate at
allies
which
from
technology is
not.
the rate at which technology is
yeah, like
is
advancing.
progressing. It's not like
But there's
it's not
gotta be a
steady
stopping
slope.
point.
It's like that.
I know, but that's at the minute. But there's got to be a stopping point to that. There
Why?
has to be.
Well, there'll be a stopping point, and then that's when the AI will be like, right, okay, we can do this for ourselves.
And they
we
will
can-
find
Well,
a
not
better way of
necessarily.
doing it.
They might get like stuck in actually trying to figure out how the AI is, like how far
But
they can
it's-
push the
But
AI.
then that's like almost like human error. It's like if a child was trying to open a door, it's seeing someone open a door, and if someone was trying to pull it away from the door, it's gonna do it naturally. When like the AI starts doing things so naturally, it almost looks like human form. I feel that's when we are
Yeah.
really frigged.
Yeah, we're really buggered.
Yeah.
And like the two robots that spoke to each other, they taught them English. They were speaking to each other, and within what was it like?
And it just shut down the server and that.
But no, they created their own
They
language.
created their own language.
They created their own
Yeah.
language. So they basically improved the English language to talk to each other, and it was far more efficient. And no one who was working on these robots could understand what they were saying. And that was like, that's insane. Like these robots have just gone, your language doesn't work. We've just made it better. And I'm not talking like cutting out letters, like Americanizing stuff. Fully redefining a language and breaking it down and reshaping it to have a more efficient conversation with each other. So like, if it does reach a stopping point, like this technology, like you're saying, you know, it's climbing, it plateaus. At which point, like you said, Siege, the AIs will be at a point where they're like, well, we can do this more efficiently ourselves.
But you never know that because like that stopping point might happen before that.
Have you
before
guys?
the AI is that
but
advanced.
not based potentially, but not based on like the idea that if you're just going off the theory that technology is improving at such a dramatic rate,
But
there is no.
it has been since like like the early.
But it's like it was a small incline,
'Cause
and now it's just
No,
gone.
it
that.
wasn't like what you've got to think of is like fucking from like the 1920s, like still like most of the country is like horse and cart to like horse and cart, fucking
Horse and cart.
Yeah, you know what I meant. To like fucking like what 20 years on, they've got like fucking planes. They're all driving around in cars and shit. It's complete. It's like it's fucking like from like the 20s. It's been fucking a huge leap of technology and everything.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
Industrial Revolution was the pinnacle of that, just going straight up.
But remember,
But in
the Industrial Revolution was in the 1750s in
Yeah.
Manchester.
It was a
And from
while ago.
that, obviously, to mass produce something, and I believe the first car was made in around about the 1880s by
I
Carl
think
Benz.
it was 1890s. I think.
Yeah,
I
1880s,
think.
1890s. But then to mass produce it for
Oh, it
the
took
world
years,
to
yeah.
have.
Well, because like the thing is, they've got to make it with the money, I suppose.
yeah, they've got
and
to
they've
make
got to
it worth the money,
streamline it
then
and
they've- yeah.
everything.
But as well, for the technology back then, for it to be mass produced, for a car to be mass produced back
Yeah.
then, and to be out in so many years, that's what, like 40 years? Do you know what I mean? Like, look where a phone's,
Well,
look where
like,
a phone's at.
They say
as
that
well.
war's the biggest driver of technology, don't
Yeah,
they?
of course it is. It has been.
Um,
The war machine is like the prime.
Advancements in technology. That's
the,
like
the,
how
it's the main financial benefactor of everything.
It's
Like
ridiculous.
and
oh yeah,
and like
it's
scientific, engineering, like any aspect of any of those things.
well,
like war influences all of this.
World
shit.
War
like,
One and World War Two is why we're so fucking ahead now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
because like just like we had what. So World War One was 4 years. World War Two was 5.
6, I believe. 39 to
1939 to
40.
45.
Yeah, 6.
Oh yeah, it's fucking close. Yeah, sorry.
It's alright.
Maths and that. So like we had 10 years of like war within like what 30 years of each other.
I think so, yeah.
So it's 1914 to 1918 and 39 to 45, which is like fucking mental.
But that,
And there were huge wars as well
but-
involving.
But with that being said, what you just said there, so going back to the AIs, there's there is a possibility of us having another large scale warfare, and I mean there's already progression through the conflicts that we've had over the past 15 years, 15, 20, 25 years. These conflicts have had an effect on the way things work and the way things are advanced. So going back to the AI argument, there realistically isn't a point at which this stuff stops, because it will just constantly be fueling itself. And so, say
I'm
the
not,
next
I'm not,
World
I'm
War
not saying
III,
it's gonna stop. I'm saying that there is gonna be a plateau and that it's just gonna slow technology down by fucking. We're gonna hit a point where we can't go any further until we do a bunch fucking more research or we find something. And well, it might be like to do like space exploration or some shit like that. I don't know.
But that's what I
but
mean. There,
like-
there isn't. It's
It might have to get
there's
to that
infinite
point.
possibilities
Yeah.
of how technology can progress.
Oh, yeah,
I
completely.
don't believe it could plateau
I
at
feel
all.
like with our
Oh yeah, I'm
plateau-
not saying it's gonna stop. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah, I'm saying plateau. I'm saying that this. I don't.
like. I feel like if we plateau with technology, I feel like AI would be
the next thing
yeah,
to
the next thing to keep
because like
the gradient going.
I'm saying though, like it is gonna plateau. It's guaranteed gonna
But if-
plateau.
for us, yes,
but for
for
them, no.
AI,
because if they
it
can
will-
if they can reshape an entire language to make it more efficient, what say they can't? They've learned everything from the past 500 years about
Yeah.
technology in the space of 20 minutes. They can learn, or whatever, in a minute they can learn all this shit. So there's no reason why they couldn't go, well, we've learned from all your mistakes, blah blah blah, all of this. Well, you've just not done this, and now we know how to do it.
yeah.
And we know where all these things are, because by like computer rational logic, we've just made these calculations that this is what should be happening, or this is where the next mineral
my
could
my
be found.
my
or,
argument for
like,
that though is, okay, they've taught machines how to write tunes, but they're not good. Like they've given them a lot of
Yeah, but
information
feel-
about.
feel-
no,
feel and emotions are
wait,
different
no,
things,
this is my argument to it though. Is like even if you give it all the information, because it's given all the information and everything of what makes a good pop tune and shit like that. They've made it fucking it's shit.
Yeah.
And like that's my argument to what you're saying is like you can give them all the ingredients or something and they can tell you how to, like what would be technically good, but if you do it, it might just be like shit.
I think I
What if there was a population of just AI and that was their pop?
it was
I
a
think
more
so.
efficient way of
Yeah,
analyzing
but
music.
like, yeah, that's theirs though.
but that's what I'm saying.
You're saying that the AI is going to create something for us.
No, I'm not saying that.
You're
at all.
saying that what you said was that the AI is going to technology advance us, but not
No.
them. Like
We
that's
will,
what you're
we
saying.
know what I'm saying is
Not
we'll
advancing,
reach a point
yeah.
where we plateau, and the AI physically don't need to supply or support us anymore. So we are just left at that plateau. They don't need to give us their information whatsoever. So they will now just go off and do their own thing. It won't be for us. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the potential danger. Is that it has no.
It'll have its own kind of thought.
We won't
yeah.
have any relationship with these things because they've reached the point that they're so much more superior to anything else that exists. Not saying that it's right, but they would be more efficient and they would be much quicker at calculating them. Even if they've made a bad decision, they can so quickly change it and reassemble that idea or whatever that product is and just carry on with it because like I said, they reshape languages. They can just rebuild shit like that in a minute.
Yeah.
Potentially, and you know,
But
and this all comes
at the
back
end
to
of
the
the day, that as well,
progression
like,
of technology.
At the minute, like AI are not in anything that can like fit like physically like go anywhere without having to like charge and shit like that, or just so you can just pull a plug at the end of the day. So like
Yeah.
for now, I don't think you need to worry. For now,
That's for now, but I know AI will be all solar panelled or whatever next. They I feel like that's what your argument is.
Yeah.
It's where they'll become to a point where they can mass produce themselves and know how to have renewable energy, so they don't need a plug point.
How long has it taken us to find like reliable renewable energy? Like it's fucking taken us forever because there's people researching it and stuff.
well,
These
it's
AIs
'cause
could,
we didn't really need it like for fucking ages because like we thought it. Well,
because we didn't make a rational decision that we did need it. Whereas
Yeah,
these
I know that,
robots
yeah,
could
yeah.
be
Like,
these would be like, right,
because then
we're
it will
gonna
be
need
it will
this.
be for their own good because they were like, well, we not just about looking after the planet. We don't give a shit about the planet, but for us as robots, we need renewable energy. You guys have taken like 20 odd years or whatever to try and get this together. You've not done it. We know exactly how to do it, so we've done it. Like,
Yeah.
and we're not gonna give it to you because you don't need it, apparently, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and I'm not saying, you know, for any future robots out there listening, I'm all on your side, like, and let's all be friends. But nah, I just think, I think we will reach a point where it's not competition, but it's, you know, it's something else that exists in this world that we have no control over at all.
I think we've got all the control at the minute. At the end of the day, like essentially we are the ones designing it. So you can design it in any way, shape you want it. Like
Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. We're gonna get copyright for that. We're gonna get done.
yeah, it was
I
that
don't know,
it was
I'm
that
always
close,
seeing-
lad.
I thought it was like, you know,
yeah, it was pretty on.
dead on. Should
especially
we
in
start
my-
wrapping things up? Should we have a little final thought?
A little.
Yeah.
A little doozy on the final thought. Can't remember what we decided on. No.
Neither can I. Funnily enough.
The size of phones, guys.
Oh,
right.
So,
Yeah.
I think
Another
yeah.
technological rant going on.
Let's go.
Let's trim it down
So-
though. Let's try and keep this brief.
Okay. Back in the 80s,
Yeah.
phones like a fucking brick.
Massive.
Suitcase.
Huge. Now it went down to like the Nokia like brick phones and stuff.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
were-
the Pebble,
Yeah.
that was the shit.
Yeah, man.
Every
And then,
girl in
like,
school had the
Even
Pebble.
even like the iPod Nano, if you remember them.
iPod
Yeah, the Nano. Which
I
were
guess
like
it-
completely fucking useless, to be fair.
Because like the older ones. Wait, yeah, the older ones are the best ones, and then it turned into like a square, like an inch thick, and I was like,
Yeah.
Not an inch thick, like an inch wide.
Yeah. Well, they're
it
a
was
little bit
pointless.
smaller than the smartwatches.
Yeah,
Just a little bit smaller than them.
and like that was, I did not know. Nah.
No.
Anyway,
And
and
now
now
we're-
they're starting to get even bigger.
Yeah,
Again.
people are like carrying around tablets in their pockets. I think we've all been done in. They
Yeah.
going back to commercialism. They took advantage of us. They knew what we were gonna do. There you go. Have a big fucking phone to put in your undersized pockets.
I feel like what they're trying to do is essentially make a television for you. So it's like, okay, you've got a phone, but essentially it's a screen for you to watch, but you can still use phone technologies through, instead of it being an actual phone where you dial up someone, you don't need to see people or nothing, and you just, oh yeah, hi, okay, bye. They want you.
They want you
use of-
constantly on it.
This is
It's
that
the best-
cybernetic shit. This
It's
is
the
that
best
cybernetic
advertising
shit.
tool as well. Ever.
100%. It's so 1,000,000% fucked. This whole
Yeah.
thing. I know we put this down as a final thought. I could literally go on about this forever. This greases me up in a very unfriendly way.
and not the country.
Um,
I
Chris.
also thought though, Google Glass, yeah, I kind of
Mm.
like the idea of it, but I hate it at the same time. Of like, it's like a cool idea of like,
I've not seen the Google Glass. What's that?
what's Google?
oh,
Glass?
it was like a thing they did a while ago where it's like, you had like basically it was just a pair of glasses, but you like had like the screen like there, like right in front of your face.
I've got epilepsy. I don't need that
Yeah, you
shit.
don't
Lad. I don't need a
Um,
television screen in my iris. Do you know what I mean? Like,
But like, I think it's like a half good idea, but needs like a bunch of development
See,
first.
I've seen like I don't know what I seen on the internet, but it was like an actual like contact lens,
Yeah,
and it was almost like a camera. So you've got a camera
it's like the
for an eyeball, like
It's like the fella from
yeah, okay, let
Harry
me
Potter
just-
lad, where like zooms in and shit with his eyeball.
You can hear it, and it's like, oh no,
Yeah.
no. People taking pictures of me whilst I'm speaking to them, like, oh yeah, hi, and they can
It's
see
like,
that I've got a
um,
spot on my cheek. All right,
Yeah,
cool, thanks.
it's
like,
mad, isn't it?
this is
no,
for me. It's like have you all seen Wall-E?
Wally,
Wall-E, the
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
about the little robot. One of the most dystopian movies that's ever been made for kids. And you've got all these like huge homunculus people sat in these big floating chairs with TV screens in front of their face and food just popped around them. And I know it's like a super like over the top view of the future, but shit like that with a big screen in front of you and you can watch whatever you want. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to go to the cinema. You don't have to do anything.
No, it's not even that. Like, because like in Wally, they're like in floating chairs and shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like, they don't even speak. Well, they leave the house, but they're in a floating chair.
They don't. Yeah, they don't need to communicate with people. And
Ridiculous.
it's grim.
It's mad,
lad.
innit?
It's grim. And
You'd
just,
end up going
just to
insane if you did
tie
that.
this
though.
back into the AI thing real quick, right now, right? So let's say the only smart people we have left on the planet
Is me.
when we begin to plateau, other than John,
Yeah.
the
of course.
only people we have left on this planet, other than like the dead smart ones, who are desperately trying to do whatever they're trying to do, is everyone is like these people just floating in chairs, whatever, like the Wall-E shit with the big screens and everything. And we get to that point where the AI can just like creep over the line and be like, you guys are all actually disgusting and we don't need to be part of any of this. And then we're just at a point where we have no control over it. But yes, phones are getting bigger.
I've
In
just
short,
thought AI dead quick as well. Hair, the film Hair,
I haven't seen it. Need to see
fucking
it.
mental.
Haven't seen it, as you-
It's proper fucking mad. About a fella who gets in a relationship with an AI, basically.
mad thing.
It's mental. It's got Joaquin
Oh.
Phoenix in. It's fucking sick. It's well worth a watch. It's dead heavy. Yeah, it's a good film.
I'm fully greased up now in all the wrong ways. I'm
Ready to argue.
All my gears are grinded. I'm gonna
Yeah.
kick off, to be
Need
honest.
To simmer down.
So let's
Simmer down. Oh, that's another thing I've been bumping. Going back to our first point.
first point. Yeah,
Brockhampton, their new album. I forgot what it's called.
hard.
But it's dope.
Yep.
Check out District on that. Oh,
Another
And
one dead quick.
Berlin on that album as well.
Berlin.
Emmeline's new tune. Fucking just jazz again. It's
Emmeline,
sick.
lovely.
Yeah,
You like jazz?
it's boss.
You like, yeah. Country boy, I love you.
Country boy, I love you.
Memes.
Right, and on that note, I think we should call it quits for today.
Yeah.
This has been one of them podcasts. It's your boy CJ.
And I'm John.
And I've been Paddy.
Over and out,
See you next week.
See you in a bit.
country boy.